happened organically. You know, anytime one of the guys is fighting, the team comes together. That's natural. And so my schedule allowed me to come as well, which is a big thing. It's far enough out for my fight, so it made sense, and here we are.
Speaking of the fight, you really wanted to fight in London. You're not getting London. Are you disappointed?
That was definitely, when we looked at the calendar, that was the one that stood out. There's a big Indian community out there, competed there in the Olympic Games, you know, so that was one of the ones that really stuck out. It didn't happen, but April 14th makes sense. If you know that date, it's very significant for Indians worldwide, so we're excited about that date as well.
Why is it significant?
It is the birth of our religion, Sikhism. So, you know, with that, you know, the Turban issue now behind us, that being the next fight, it's going to be celebrated worldwide anyways. So when everyone gets together to celebrate, they'll just turn on the TVs and get behind their guy.
What do you mean by the Turban issue is now behind us?
You know, we had some challenge with that, unforeseen. You know, for my walkout in my last fight, and we kind of got things squared away. You know, we had to, I guess, get that clearance and in contact with the company beforehand. Didn't know that first one out. Now that that's happened, we do have the green light, and so that should be taken care of.
So you will walk out to the cage wearing the turban?
As of right now, that is the plan, and we've got the green light for that. So it's going to be a very special moment for all Indians.
Have you chosen like what color turban you're going to do? Or?
That's a secret. Right. I can't let everything out here. You got to tune in.
Yeah.
Right. We will be color coordinated though.
Nice.
What will it mean for kids in that religion to look at Indians to look and see?
Oh yeah.
See that.
Huge, man, huge. That is very significant. You know, myself growing up, there wasn't that icon I could look up to in any major sport. You know, I was always someone that maybe looked a little different. For someone, for a kid to be able to see one of their own, looks the same, talks the same, brought up the same, someone they can relate to, it's always special. You know, I grew up idolizing Muhammad Ali, but there's aspects of him that I really connected with. If you connect with the total package, you know, you're gonna do wonders for the future.
After the first fight, you kind of went on this kind of whirlwind, you know, media press tour, both in the UK and in India. What was it like going on that tour to, you know, massive Indian communities after having already made your UFC debut?
Yeah, it was to connect with all the Indians, right? You know, you got over 1 billion in India, but the diaspora has numbers in the millions around the world too. And UK is one of those, you know, leading populations, so it made sense to stop over on the way there. And that's what it's about. You know, sport is such a great bridge to connect people. And you know, every major sport is wanting to connect with Indian fans. No one's been able to do it. The UFC has their guy, and I'm excited to be in that position to make that happen. You know, sport is used to bring people together, and the UFC and MMA is easy to understand. You know, so it's very it goes easy with what we're trying to do.
When I spoke to Daniel Cormier the other day, he gave me a great quote. He said, Arjan Singh Bhullar has better striking than me when I was his age. So when you hear a comment like that from the light heavyweight champion,
from the man,
how did that make you feel?
That is the GOAT right there, the greatest light heavyweight champ of all time. No USADA chasing him around, clean, two-time captain of the Olympic team. That is the man. He carries himself as the quintessential champion, for a standard bearer for the company. To get that from him is major. I looked up to him when I was wrestling. I followed his lead in the MMA game, and not only how he carries himself within the cage, but you know, with his family, dealing with media, everything, fans. He's a class act. So that's a big deal.
It seems like with a finished article, especially when it comes to the media, you know, for someone that's just made his UFC debut, you seem to be handling it, you know, pretty well.
That's what happens when you come from a high-level sports background, though. You know, I represented Canada for many years internationally, Olympics, Commonwealth, Pan Ams, all that. So there was media with that. And if you're familiar with my story, you know, I had a lot of support growing up, and I was really put under the spotlight since day one. If you look at my story, coming down the line with my family and stuff. So it was something first I wasn't comfortable with, and I wanted to push away. I'm a very private guy, if you actually know me. But you know, if you want to make an impact as an athlete and you want to use your platform for beyond sport, you got to embrace it. So that's what this is.
This is also a very exciting time in your personal life. Your wife is due to give birth very, very soon.
Yes, sir.
So how are things going with the pregnancy, and how are you kind of handling and coping with the idea that you're going to be a father very, very soon?
Yes, man. I reflect on it, you know, all the time. It's my first child. March 3rd, wife is due. You know, it's when you have a pair of eyes looking up at you, different type of motivation. I can only imagine right now, but already I want to make sure, you know, I lead by example. It's different when you're doing it for people you don't know, you know, kids you don't know. Now this is your own, so it's going to be very special. And again, you're always looking for extra wood to throw on the fire. You know, I've been competing for a long time. That's going to be a big one.
Nike famously made a hijab. Were there any talks with Reebok to make a Reebok Turban?
For sure. That was a great product, a positive PR campaign, and it was something embraced worldwide, not just by the athletes, but by Muslims. And for us, for Indians, a turban would be huge. There's no product like that out there. We have been in contact. You know, I'm represented by CAA. They've connected with Reebok to get that positive PR out there. And I'm sure, you know, once we get our ducks in a row, it would be something to be able to celebrate and push. Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.